Oh yeah, fuck yeah, we cuss
Damn.
We have some fun around
You can
here.
still go, even when you feel slow. You can still go, even when there's no hope. You can still go. I never answer to no, man. I still go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I am joined by a cast of thousands, y'all, plus a very, very special guest who haven't been on this show in a while. We're going to get to him in just one moment. Real quick, Snowman in the morning, good to have you here, brother. Thank you for being here. Do appreciate you. Yes. We're going to see if we can get you feeling a little bit better tonight with some good, true, old-fashioned sports talk. Meanwhile, let me bring on my crew first. She is the president of this fine company, this fine establishment. Let me bring on Josie. Josie, what's up?
What's up?
What's going on, Josie?
Happy and excited to be here. It's been a crazy week in sports, and we got a lot to talk about.
Happy, and you know it, clap your hands. All right, let's go ahead and bring in my baseball aficionado. This man knows has forgotten more baseball than I would ever know. Let me bring my man 7 What's up?
What is up, man? Thank
How you
you
doing, man?
so much for that introduction.
How you doing, brother?
I need a nap. But other than that, I'm all right.
Feel that.
Good. I did that.
I feel that. That's a straight up feeling.
That's a straight up statement right there for you. Next up, let me bring in the man who has set LeBron more times than anybody on this entire planet. Let me bring in
Stop setting his
Dan
ass
the
up, damn it! Make him work for it.
Tonight I probably would have forgot. It just would have been that one time that I didn't say it.
See, we would have broken the record.
Unlike normal, I don't have LeBron on the brain right now.
It's been mostly AD, but we'll get to the Lakers in a minute. Now, let me bring in my very special guest. This man has been with us since this network started.
Fireworks.
And fireworks everywhere. Boom, 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 bam, 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 bam. But now he is back. Everybody, give it up for my dude, Mr. Pinfall. Mr. Pinfall, come on through, baby. Come on through.
I'm here. I am here.
Yes, Mr. Pinfall. What's up, man?
Standing ovation. Now we just need the fireworks and the pyro.
Bam, 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 bam. Boom, boom,
Golf
boom,
clap.
boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
Poetry slam.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with everything. We had some baseball news. Had me worried for a second. Now I'm happy again somewhat. Let's get into some of these baseball free agent signings.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money. I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm a
Fucking loop.
All right, Seven, what you got for us tonight, my friend?
Currently today, it started the 4th going through the 7th of December. The winter meetings are in San Diego, not my baseball podcast, which you can catch all of this season's episode on Spotify and iHeartRadio, just as a quick shameless plug.
In the sports report.
Along with the sports report and all of the wonderful, amazing shows that we do. Winter meetings is going right now. A lot has been discussed right now. It seems like we are still looking at the the players themselves. We saw Fred McGriff, former Atlanta Brave player. Well, he played with 5 different teams, if I remember correctly. But most notably, he was on the Braves championship team in '95.
I remember him as a Tampa Bay Devil Ray 7.
And you remember in
he played
'95,
for Jays.
He played with Jays. That's right.
Remember even when the Braves won back
Prime
in
dog.
'95, and even when the
Prime
Braves won in
dog
'90,
for the Jays. Yeah.
and even though when the Braves won in '95, that city could have given a damn if they won in '95. They've never really supported the Braves, and I can attest to that because I'm 2 hours away.
It's unfortunate how some cities do that, especially to baseball teams. But congratulations to him. He was the only one out of 8 potential people on the contemporary ballot that was selected. Other names that did not get selected off of this ballot included Rafael Palmeiro, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, and a smattering of others. Little disappointed myself, but I've talked until I was blue on the face on the fact that I believe that Clemens and Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, so I'm not going to waste anybody's time with that. We did see some signings.
Another shameless plug. If you want to know more of Seven's opinion on that, go check out the reel he did on Bonds on our Facebook page.
On After Dark, Thursdays 10 9 Eastern.
It was announced today. We'll go ahead and start with some of the big news out of the last couple of days and work our way back. Trey Turner, formerly of the Los Angeles Dodgers, has signed an 11-year, $300 million contract that includes a full no trade clause. That was reported today. I believe it was Jeff Passan that broke that.
Our producer trainee in the back is having a straight up aneurysm over this deal.
Let me ask you a question, Seven. Is that contract deserved?
Okay, there's two answers to this. The first answer is if the Phillies are willing to pay it, then yes, it's deserved because the Phillies decided it was worth it.
Seven, you need to look in our private chat.
Just leads with it.
There are two answers to this question. The Phillies are willing to pay the money, so on that side of it, yes, because they decided he was worth that. Because when we're at $300 million, that means the Phillies started lower and allowed themselves to be worked up. Now, me personally, I'm not 100% sure that I would give Trey Turner $300 million over 11 years, but I mean that's less than $30 million a year on average if it goes the full deal. Right. So it's not a huge amount. But I probably would have gone more with about 25 to 30 myself. Yeah. At least for right now. But I mean, I'm not a GM, so what do I know? We also saw the news that Will was excited about. The New York Mets, on the heels of losing Jacob deGrom, signed Justin Verlander to a 2-year, $86 million contract. There is a third-year option that is available that could take this deal over $100 million. Mets need to beef up the pitching, especially with the loss of Jacob deGrom, who signed.
He better not be over the hill, damn it. That's all I got to say.
I was going to say the only 40-year-old getting paid that type of money is LeBron James.
Yep. He better not be over the hill. Because me and Josie was talking about it earlier, and one of the things that we saw, his regular season declined. He declined in the playoffs. Yep. So that's my concern.
Declined in the playoffs.
Here's the thing. Verlander finally won his first World Series game during this last World Series.
He has literally the worst World Series ERA of active starting pitchers in the history.
And that's the thing is, he's by the way, in light of Russell Wilson being a complete dumpster fire in Denver, I'm a firm believer in not kicking somebody while they're down. We are no longer referring to Russell Wilson as Ciara's husband. He has to go by his actual name. Justin Verlander has
now Kate Upton's
husband.
Kate Upton's husband got a big deal today.
Kate Upton's husband got a big deal today. And, I'm happy for him. I'm not sure how the Mets are going to fare on this one because I do think age is going to be a factor.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
That regression, I mean, there's a reason they went for him over deGrom. And I think that they believe there will be more regression out of deGrom than they do out of Verlander. And maybe they're just trying to make sure they can get through the regular season, yet some of these young guys get experience and you back Verlander off closer to the end of the season. Right. And you're seeing a little less of him in the playoffs than Houston used, which would make sense. But why are you going to pay him that much money? Unless it's clubhouse and name at this point. So,
yeah. Well,
I'm go ahead.
I'm sorry, Seven, but I just got to say, one, I didn't think that a re-sign was in the books with the Abreu deal anyway.
No.
Two, did not faze me at all. We still have one of the best bullpens in the major leagues. Like Verlander,
for sure.
Verlander does not hurt us much. I'm not sure who becomes the ace. Who takes that slot?
Fromber.
You think it's Fromber?
Yeah.
You think it's Fromber?
Yeah,
he's ready.
I would agree. I think he's ready.
Josie, you're the only team that could have lost Justin Verlander and been like,
okay.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
That was that when y'all hit the news in our chat today, I was just like, no other team could get rid of Justin Verlander, sign Jose Abreu, and been like, no, we're better off.
I mean, look at the Mets. I mean, the Mets are going to have again next season. Their 1 and 2 are going to be two of the oldest starters in the league because you're still going to have Scherzer. Scherzer didn't leave. You've got Scherzer and Verlander as your 1 and 2. And
which man, 4 years ago, what a
I was going to say 10 years ago that was nasty.
Woo!
Yeah,
that was nasty.
That was nasty 10 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, and this is a reunion for them from their days with the Tigers. It's kind of funny how that massive starting rotation that the Tigers had back in 2013. All of those, or it was 2014, sorry. All of those starting pitchers have now won World Series rings, but not with the Detroit Tigers. Which I find absolutely fucking hilarious. And on the subject of Jacob deGrom did sign a massive contract with hockey with the Texas Rangers. He signed 5-year.
Talk about where players go to die.
Right.
Yeah.
5-year,
That's one thing.
$185 million deal.
Yeah, that's one thing. And then another thing too that I'm sure he got all that money is his ability to stay healthy. That's another thing that was sort of kind of concerning me with that deal.
That's what New York was mad about too, though, or not. Or New York was like probably not.
Yeah, that's right. Thinking, I don't know.
The thing that I would say is a big deal with this DeGrom deal is he's going to sit comfy. This is I equate this to Tyreek going to Miami, with the exception of the fact that Tyreek still has some gas left in the chamber. DeGrom is going to be on the downswing. This is where DeGrom's retiring.
Yeah.
I mean it with all due respect. He's been a great pitcher, an amazing career. He'll definitely make the Hall of Fame. But this is where careers go to die. This is where he goes to retire.
Yep. This is it for him.
All that money.
Yep. Yeah. And that's exactly what it comes down to. Red Sox did make a snag and added Chris Martin to their bullpen on a 2-year.
Who plays the singer?
How do you feel about that signing, 7?
Okay, Josie, what?
How do you feel about that signing?
I was getting ready to go into that. What'd you say, Dan?
I said Coldplay's lead singer, Chris Martin.
No.
I didn't know he could pitch. Sorry.
No. Red Sox signed Chris Martin to a 2-year, $17.5 million contract. We need bullpen. Bullpen is one of our weak points. Pitching as a whole has been a weak point for Boston. So I like that they're making moves. I'm not 100% sure about Martin. Again, we've got an aged pitcher that's getting a decent chunk of change over the next couple of years. But we're kind of limited on what we could spend thanks to how much money we're hemorrhaging to Chris Sale to pitch 2 games a year.
Right. That's true.
Tony, I don't even know if you can count Chris Martin signing as an actual deadline or move at all. Really,
it's all I've got at this point. It's all I've got at this point because we are slowly losing. I at this point, I have all but given up on Xander Bogaerts.
Gotta look at the stars.
Wow.
I don't blame Xander for this. Xander wants what he deserves, and Boston is
what the fuck?
Where am I getting background? It's Josie for sure.
No,
I already know. But I already know the first. Oh, it's Will. Sorry, Josie.
It's Will. But it's Boston needs to make better moves, and I have a feeling that if Boston was going to sign Bogaerts, it would have already happened.
Yeah.
And so Bloom talks about not wanting to be a last place team again. You don't do that without signing Xander fucking Bogaerts. It's not that hard. At this point, we're going to be hoping that the Orioles just forget to go to the fucking baseball games so that we don't finish it last again. It's bullshit. What are we going to be, the fucking Royals of the East Coast again? This is bullshit, man.
The Royals of the East Coast? Yes.
Bloom needs to remove his head from his ass and get this shit done. There is a higher standard of baseball in Boston, just like there's a higher standard of baseball in New York. He needs to get this shit done and quit playing Moneyball. I'm fucking sick of it.
So,
if you think if y'all think 7 is mad now, y'all should have saw 7 yesterday with Orlando Brown. We're gonna get
wait till we get to that goddamn game. We're
gonna get a little boy that with the huddle. So y'all stay tuned for that. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was just gonna say, what does this have to do with Judge, I guess, in the long run, in your opinion?
There's no news on that man yet.
There's no news on Judge.
It's because he's going back.
Judge in New York is still not out of the question. Tom Brady is a huge New York Yankees fan. You want to know where Aaron Judge is tonight?
With Tom Brady.
The Monday Night Football game.
Yep.
There's already been video of him and Brady talking before the game.
Oh Lord.
So you can't tell me that New York's out of it.
Collusion.
Who said New York was out of the running for Aaron Judge?
Yeah,
they're going to have the immediate advantage. They're going to have the immediate advantage no matter what. I mean,
Can we
he's
say
going to have to
collusion?
steal Aaron
Out
Judge.
of the running, I would have said I still think San Francisco at one point had a better shot.
I think here's the thing. I think San Francisco is in the lead, and he's giving New York the chance to
Woo him.
at least match before he takes it. But San Francisco is going to offer him more money than New York will. So New York just needs to offer him enough money and humble themselves a little bit. I'm hoping that now that Cashman has been re-signed, which was a dumb fucking move by that organization, now that Cashman has been re-signed through 2026, they can just get it done. Because if you don't sign Judge within the next couple of weeks, you're not going to get him.
No.
Why is Cashman a dumb re-signing? Pretty sure you guys sat here last year and talked about how the Yankees didn't do anything during the offseason, and then they just went and had the best first half of any major league team. I mean, we're not doing anything this year either.
What? And here's Dan. We talked about this. What's the standard of baseball in New York?
There's a higher standard.
It's a winning standard. So if they're not going to sign anybody and they think they're going to win more games, then don't sign anybody.
But
it doesn't matter
when you get swept
if you can't get through the playoffs.
Gary Sheffield Jr. on Twitter earlier today said this, and I thought he commented this on somebody that was defending the season against the Yankees fans that say the season was a complete bust, which it wasn't a complete bust. I will say that even as a jilted Red Sox fan, it was not a complete bust. But what I will say, in New York it is, because the standard is World Series are making a real attempt at it. When you get beat the way the Yankees did, the one team that you have to beat to prove that you are a true championship caliber team, you did not beat. And that is because, in part, of Cashman not making enough moves. And so,
and the Astros pitching staff.
Yes, the Astros pitching staff was great, but Cashman should have been, because it's how long have we been talking about Astros Yankees? Since May. So why haven't? But that's the thing is and that's your job as the GM, because you have to find somebody. And the Yankees were in the position to try something, whether it was through cash or something else, to get things done. But the Yankees are not in a win now mentality, and it is a win now standard by the fan base and the supporters of the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's why Cashman I'm not saying that Cashman is a bad GM, but there is a higher standard than what he is producing. And so you're obligated to try and figure out how to get to that state that your organization has, especially because your fan base has that same thing. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but people from New York are assholes when they're in a bad mood. They're assholes when they're in a good mood, but when they're in a bad mood because the Yankees aren't doing well, it's even fucking worse. So
you know what? Fuck you, Seven. just to back it up. Fuck you.
So
You're right.
The Yankees organization, I mean, as a Red Sox fan, the Yankees continuing to fall short. Fuck yeah, keep Cashman, go for it. But when I think about objectively, the standard that exists in New York for the Yankees, keeping Cashman doesn't feel like the right choice there. But what do I know?
But do you feel like it's never the good move to play the long game, though? Because, I mean, they could have just unloaded all of their prospects and went into win now mode. And that's what they've been doing for the last 15 years, and it hasn't been working. So I don't know,
And Cashman has been with that organization for a while now, and so he's been part of that. And that's what I'm saying is there are times, you look over the last 10 years, the Yankees have had a competitive team, but they haven't been able to close. No sprinkles for the Yankees. Sprinkles are for winners. And they're not getting all the way there. You know what I mean? And so, and Cashman has been there for a minute. His impact is on that team. Yet we're still not seeing sprinkles. So I again, I'm not saying Cashman is bad. I'm just saying that he's not getting the Yankees over the hump that the standard that they should be getting over is.
That's not his real last name, by the way, is it? Is his real last name Cashman?
Yeah.
And he deals with like money.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the cash man.
He's the cash man, and his last name is Cashman. I feel like that's like a stage name.
Yeah.
Like he works under a stage name.
Real quick, I have a question since we're on the topic of general managers. How do you feel about the little bit of like general manager drama that's going on in Houston 7. Like, did you see Bagwell's comments about Crane?
No, well, okay, so I know that he was like
Click.
I know that they were trying to get him re-signed, and then they even offered him a 1-year deal, and he just nope, I'm done.
Well,
Bagwell
what
said
I heard it was a very lowball deal.
Not surprised.
And I guess Bagwell kind of reiterated what Crane had said about just some choices that they made with signings, following the numbers too much. Bagwell is the interim GM right now.
Wait.
So, Seven, Bagwell said that analytics weren't the right way to go, and they need to. Yeah. The game's played on the field, is what he said. The game's played on the field. It's not played through analytics.
He said not all things are numbers. He didn't say not all the way. He said analytics can't solve everything.
Right. They're saying this to the GM that just brought them a fucking World Series.
I was going to say, it also solves something, didn't it?
Even as a fan, that was my reaction.
As somebody who hates analytics, you're going to question his methods when he just got you a goddamn ship? Are you serious?
Him and Crane's comments are that he did very little to set that up, and it was set up by Ludlow.
Well, then why has he had a job? If he wasn't doing anything, why was he there to begin with?
Why is he getting paid?
What? Come on now, that's a bullshit excuse. They're just looking for an out because they lowballed him. He got offended. Now they're trying to fucking save face.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame voters also they put a ton of stuff on Bagwell going into the Hall of Fame because of analytics. So Bagwell better, maybe back off analytics a little bit, buddy. That's what got you into the Hall of Fame. That's really what a dude said.
I kind of agree with that because
that's a valid point.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that because as great of an Astro as he was, like they only in his entire time, I think only made the playoffs like 3 or 4 times.
Let's say, yeah.
Numbers.
I would look it up, but it would just give me a headache because that's the dumbest fucking thing. Goddamn.
Yeah, it is dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even as an Astros fan, and Jeff Bagwell has always been one of my favorites. Like I was like, that's dumb.
Mad respect for Bagwell, but like that's
as Will here says on the sports report, that's just trash.
That's just trash.
That guy's trash. We're thinking about naming the show. Here's the thing, Mr. Pimple.
The Cubs and the Dodgers are 2 teams that are currently front runners for Correa. I would expect the loss of Trey Turner to amplify the amount of money that the Dodgers are going to offer him.
Oh yeah.
So
he raised the bar. He raised the bar with that thing.
Regular season and then lose in the first round of the playoffs.
He raised the bar with that contract though.
Erica is cussing me right now.
Is she a Dodgers fan? I understand.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Like Erica doesn't just like teams; she bleeds for them.
Right. So. You see, her liking OU and the Dodgers is so damn funny because ain't neither of them going to win a championship anytime soon. But they're going to be this good yet? Nope, they're just going to fall short.
So up and digging that hole. He digging that hole more and more.
I'm 3 states away. I ain't scared of her.
He digging that hole. He digging that grave.
For you though, Seven. Didn't the Bengals just fucking kill you guys again?
Yes.
I'm just
killed. It was 3
Joe
points.
Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Okay, but
that's Mahomes' kryptonite.
Your NFL team has a curse against it too. So talk shit. I don't even give a shit.
Also what 3 times?
Yeah,
it was 3 points all 3 games. One turnover made the difference.
7, but it's literally the 3rd time he's come back from a deficit to beat him.
Yeah, well, it's I'll get into that and break it down why. I love Joe Burrow, and I've got some
swag.
Orlando Brown.
I think I'm going to upload that meme so we can show it. Okay, let's get into NBA.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and move into Dan's segment. The hardwood. Go on, Dan.
Hang on, my computer's giving me fits. Give me a sec.
I hear.
I get my fucking intro too, Will. How about that?
Let's go and break this thing down, Dan. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, buddy.
We had the Boston Celtics 20-5, top of the East right now. Clearly looking like the best team in the NBA. On the West side, the Phoenix Suns are at the top of the Western Conference. The Phoenix Suns are just like the Los Angeles Dodgers in the sense that they are going to have a great regular season and absolutely fall apart in the playoffs.
100%. That's nope. It's not going to happen this year because LeBron James is going to trade himself to the Suns to come off the bench, and because he wants to win one more ring. It's going to happen.
Chris Paul is like the Clayton Kershaw of the NBA.
Can I say one thing real quick, Dan? Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing real quick, Dan?
Yes.
I got to shout out the Milwaukee Bucks. You 17-6 without Chris Middleton.
Without Middleton,
he's back now. So shout out to the Bucks.
That's the case for me. Like a lot of people think that Tatum right now, because of how the Celtics are playing, is the best player in the NBA. I would have to go Giannis. From the beginning of the year, last year, I was like, it's Giannis, dude. If you just watch a game, Giannis, there's nobody who influences it and who changes it and who you can literally look at on the floor and go, that dude is different. Yes. That dude is different than everybody else. He really is. He's the best player in the NBA, dude. There's not, and like Tatum is great. Don't get me wrong. Tatum's in that top tier for me, but like Giannis is just a whole nother animal at this point. Like, and because he can shoot now, dude, he's shooting like 38% from three. The dude is like, I mean, he can shoot the basketball now. He shoots 74% from the line. That was a big thing in his career really too, because he gets to the line all the time because he's physically dominant. I mean, as an athlete, that guy is a whole different animal.
He got another free throw shot clock violation though.
Yeah, he takes forever, and like I think that's almost a bad thing because you can't just like stare at the rim for the whole time. Like, that makes it worse. Yeah, for real. Like he like looks at his dribble too.
Is he nervous? Like,
it's a mental thing. Yeah, the free throw line is mental for all these guys. 100%. The free throw line is mental for all these guys, dude. It's 100% mental. They can make free throws in practice, like they'll hit 20 out of 20, and then when they get in a game, it's different because they're by themselves. It's almost like the spotlight's on you, and a lot of people criticize free throw percentages because they're like, why can't you make a free throw? It's an easy shot. It's not.
Look at Shaquille O'Neal.
Exactly.
20,000 people watching you take that shot and everything, and that's the only thing that matters. Your opponents, your teammates, all of that right, watching right there. I went through when I was a kid. I went to a basketball camp that was run by Meadowlark Lemon. You had the Harlem Globetrotters Meadowlark Lemon, and we actually talked. Yeah, it was so.
There's
cool.
Another Meadowlark Lemon.
I was gonna say, is there another one?
I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyway, and we talked about free throw shooting in this, and he said that when he gets to the line, he doesn't dribble. He takes the ball, lines up a shot, and lets it go. Because all of the stuff that you're doing with the dribbling and the spinning the ball and all of that, it's just distracting you. Focus on the shot. Get the ball, put it in the hoop. Because otherwise, you're going to start messing with yourself.
I could see that just at a regular pickup game. Like because just at a pickup game, because y'all are right. In that point in time on a basketball court, everybody is watching you. Your teammates, the opponents, anybody that's around their eyes are on you. And you're thinking about this shot and thinking how also you're thinking about how easy it is. And it's right there. Make the arc, drain the shot, move on. And you're right though. Like, it's not easy in that level, and it's even more difficult when you got 20,000 eyes on you.
Yep. People psych themselves out. They think the most easiest shot that they can do is a free throw shot. It is not.
Right. And the criticism, like with LeBron and with Giannis and stuff, it has been the criticism of their free throw shooting. Yep. I also make the argument all the time that with Shaq, I don't think Shaq always looked kind of relaxed at the line when he first started. And I don't know if it was the criticism so much as you guys remember like those little posy balls that you got for like winning at Worlds of Fun, right? The little tiny balls.
Yep.
Do you ever try and actually shoot with one of those balls? It's almost impossible to get like good rotation and everything because your hands are too big for the ball, right? It goes all the way around. They're hard to shoot. They're like for dunk ball. That is what it is like to Giannis and Shaq. Like the ball is so small.
Before, and I think that is a really good thought because even look at guys go past it. Look at guys like Yao Ming, who were just giant. And guys like Yao Ming wasn't the greatest free throw shooter at all, too. And I think that goes to it, too. When your hands make a basketball feel small, it's harder to shoot. One of the things that makes basketball somewhat of a feasible game is the fact that most people's hands are
Dirk Nowitzki is a very good thing. He can move on the floor. He can shoot the three. But when he was in a 3-point or a 3-throw shooting, he hated it because it was like he can feel the ball. It's smaller.
But he's the outlier though, Gene, because he's also like an 88% career free throw shooter. So he was one of the only guys to do 50, 40, 90. So like he was an awesome free throw shooter. So like he learned how to do it because his hands are fucking huge, dude.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you talking about hands? Don't forget the opposite direction. Go look at Kevin Willis.
Small
hands.
Yeah.
Small hands smell like cabbage.
Small hands like cabbage. Couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Think of Nate. Well, remember Nate Williams? He was one of the smaller dudes, and just imagine. And he was shooting from the 3-point line or 3-throw line with a good percentage, but he had to make up for it due to the fact that he's a smaller dude in a bigger game.
Yeah.
Think about. I'm going to paint a picture for those of our fans that are wrestling fans. Imagine Brock Lesnar standing at the free throw line and that basketball getting in his hands. You might not even be able to see much of the basketball because Brock Lesnar's hands, like I've seen this dude in person. I'm speaking from experience. His hands are the size of lunch pails. Like
they had to make it
bigger. They
had to make 4X UFC gloves for him. They had to make new UFC size
gloves.
Like there's a difference because your power control when you have that big hands is so different than if it's somebody that's a more conventional or average size, even for basketball players.
It's a lot about spin though too, because you're supposed to let the ball go off your middle finger. Supposed to flip it off. It's supposed to come off with a good spin rate, and you can't do that if your fingers are curled over the top of it, because you would have to get underneath it and kind of like, it's just a weird thing to do. Like, and Giannis has literally the biggest hands that have ever been recorded at the NBA Combine. They're like something stupid like 14 inches from this part to the middle of his finger on top right here. It's like 14 inches. There's pictures of fans with their whole hand inside of his palm. Yeah. They have their whole hand inside of his palm. So like they're huge. So I think that's part of it.
Update. This might make Will's day between the Verlander signing and this. Brady's struggling tonight. Saints up 13-3 over the Bucks.
Now it's 16-3. They just kicked the field goal, so it's 16-3. So hopefully we can get this win. It's been a terrible season, but hopefully we can get this win tonight.
Congratulations, Will. You're beating a 43-year-old quarterback.
Hey,
yes.
Dan Sorensen's helping you out.
What Tom Brady?
Dan, before we moved on, I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on this mid-season tournament that they're floating around.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's going to have some kind of bearing on the NBA Finals and the championship.
And it doesn't, what I saw doesn't look like it will.
No, it won't.
Then I don't know. Like, honestly, like, we'll have to see how it goes, like, whether or not it'll be garner any, like, actual, are they going to take actual clout, or is it just going to be?
Are they going to take any games off the end of the season? Because these guys are already playing 82
It's going to be 82 still.
Managing your bank. Like, and that's my thing, because you're already seeing a bunch of load management for some of these older guys. So are you adding 3-4 more games into the season to do this? Like, that would be my only thing. Like, if it's the same amount of games, who cares?
From what I saw, they're going to, if they take them off of the end and they play the midseason tournament, like do 70 games, or what I've said is they should do 56 games, and they do the tournament. That's great. But getting the games taken off of the end is really the important part, because right now we're seeing the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Utah Jazz, several of these teams were supposed to tank at this point, and they have winning records. They're 6-7 games above 500. And it's because the other teams that know that this season is way too fucking long and that you can't just play 82 games and be all right. Like, you're going to fizzle out at some point.
Yeah.
Just take games off. Like the veterans are just taking games off. Like, they don't play as many minutes. They don't play as hard. If you brought it down to 56, I think it would make the quality of the beginning of the season better, because right now we're seeing just these young guys think that they're like good.
But let's also look at the fact that the Cavs are a younger team. So,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the young guys that are trying to make a point.
Yeah.
Utah, Jordan Clarkson, his first role as the best player on the team, he's getting it at the beginning of the season, and he's playing his ass off. He's averaging like 28 a game.
Yes.
And it's because nobody else is really playing, because they know this is Jordan Clarkson is sprinting in a 2-mile right now. That's what's happening. All these young teams are sprinting the 2-mile, and all the older guys are just hanging back going, oh yeah, you guys are going to wear out. You're fine. We'll be there at the end.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So the proposed tournament right now and it would have some significance in standing. It says teams would play 10 regular season games in November that would count towards tournament qualifying, and season standings. Top 8 advance to single elimination tournament in December. Prizes to be determined.
You better not have AD playing it, because you have AD playing it, he get hurt, man.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying you can't be adding games onto the NBA season. It's like adding games onto Major League Baseball season. No, don't do it.
Yeah, and the proposal that I saw, they were going to take some off of the end to kind of compensate for the games that we play in the tournament, but and that'd be fine with me. That'd be great. Like, I think they should get them taken off regardless, and they probably shouldn't even play a tournament. But what's it going to have towards the, like, does it count in playoff seeding somehow? Is there some kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it mean that you have home court advantage over somebody else?
What does it matter?
Like,
yes,
that's the thing. Like, if it doesn't matter, who gives a shit?
Even like, and that's and I think what they're trying to do, from my understanding, what I've seen in the discussions on this, because I think this has been going around for a few years now, is they're trying to improve the winter ratings. Because typically basketball ratings for on-season games
now
don't really start to pick up until January, end of January, beginning of February, once the games really start to have more of an impact.
Yeah.
So
you get your pop for opening month,
right,
and then it dies
right.
off.
Right. And so what do you? I mean, but ultimately, what's the goal? Like that's my thing. Is I'm all for adding stuff to the season if it's going to make the game better, if we're going to have an added element, but we should not be adding games to the NBA season, first of all.
No.
And second of all, the tournament needs to have more of a point than bragging rights in the middle of the season, because who gives a fuck?
They don't care. They don't care.
And plus, more people right now in the market that they're trying to sell it in, which is like in Canada up here. Right now, we care more about hockey than we do anything else.
Yeah,
and it's no different.
Canadians forget that there's other sports in the winter that aren't hockey. So, respectfully,
there's no, it's just like another All-Star game. All-Star game means nothing. Mm-hmm. There's no bragging right other than the bragging rights. There's nothing in the All-Star game.
Gene, I know, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but basketball in Canada, though, like for players, has become much more prominent as of the last about 10 years, though, right? I mean, Andrew Wiggins, obviously, and it was through like the Steve Nash type of. Like Steve Nash was one of those guys that was, because he was Canadian, and like I think that was kind of what got the ball rolling on it. And now there's a bunch of dudes, like I can't name them off the top of my head right now for some reason, but like Andrew Wiggins is definitely one of them. I mean, there's several NBA guys, and that never used to be really a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're definitely playing it more in Canada, at least than they were. So
And you think that has to do with the fact that Toronto has been somewhat of a highlight?
Yeah, it's been Toronto.
I mean, since Carter, they've pretty much been on the radar.
Yeah.
Prevalent.
And that's the thing. It's with Toronto's success over the years, the way they've built it, and it's I read a thing like Vancouver themselves even said they wish they never sold the Memphis Grizzlies, or they sold the Grizzlies to Memphis, because they could see now that there would have been money in the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hindsight is yet 2020, right? So
right, and the NBA is super popular. I mean, it really is. Like worldwide, especially, it's pretty popular. Yeah. But like the thing about like the early season was what I was trying to get at. Will, like a lot of people don't watch it right now.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because there's too many freaking games. Like they don't matter. Yeah. Like that's what a lot of people say about Major League Baseball. Is like
it's the same thing with
baseball. Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. Both seasons are way too damn long.
The most popular sport in the United States, and well, obviously not in Canada, but like in this area, is the NFL. And it's because the NFL creates urgency.
Perfect.
There's only 17 games. So like one game could swing either way on you making it or not. And like they create the urgency, so every week is urgent. Like it's like, okay, we got to win this week. That's like, instead of 3 or 4 times a week playing, like, we went 5-2.
To the point that some people are interested in football alternatives. That's why XFL, USFL have caught on in the last 2 seasons, because some people would like the season to be longer. Personally, to me, you don't need to go any longer than what we have right now. 18 games is perfect. Like it never needs to be. It does not get any longer.
I guarantee you, the owners start floating the idea of 21 in 5 years.
Easy.
We just finished here in Canada. We just finished the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
So, and Toronto Argonauts won the 109th Grey Cup. But yeah, like I understand your urgency, because that's the same thing. The Grey Cup up here, or the CFL, it's like only. I think only like 14 to 16 weeks. And it's like, you got to win. You know what I mean?
9 and 5 will get you over 8-6 a lot of the time. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like 4 teams that are 8-6
Right.
and there's, you know, it's like right there. So like that 1 week could be the difference and it's very close. The standings are always really close and like, yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into some pro wrestling.
First commercial break.
We're going to take a commercial break and then we'll come back.
I got to smoke some weed.
We'll get with Josie's Fight Night segment. We'll be right back.
I mean, not.
For all things baseball, don't miss the Winter Meetings podcast Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast. And again, Tuesday mornings on West Coast Radio at 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss Fight Night. Every Tuesday night, Will Morgan and Josie Haney break down the hottest topics of the week across combat sports, including UFC, boxing, WWE, AEW, and more. Past episodes are available on youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast, and each episode will air again Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. Don't miss Fight Night. Tune in or tap out. Put the kids to bed, put on your shades, and crack open a cold one during Sports Report After Dark with Seven and Dan the Dick Werner. You can catch After Dark Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast, and again Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. We believe that athletes are people too, and Skip Bayless is one of the lizard people. Don't miss Sports Report After Dark.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never.
All right, everyone. We are back from break. Thank you for staying with us. We do appreciate it. We are back here on the Sports Report Podcast, and we are about to get into our Fight Night segment with Josie. So, Josie, take it away.
All right. So, my big news. First off, you can catch Fight Night every Tuesday with me, Will, and our boy, he stacks Calhoun. And then tomorrow, little birdie telling me right here now, we might have Mr. Pinfall joining us. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about in the world of combat sports. But real quick, I do want to hit on the topic of Mr. William Regal is done with AEW and has signed what sounds like a very long-term backstage deal with WWE. There has been so many rumors swirling around why this is happening, and I call bullshit on all of it. I say that the reason this is happening, and it was going to happen as soon as Triple H took over. Whenever his contract was up, he was going back. That's where he wanted to be. He was the top talent guy for Triple H.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was never going to be that in AEW.
No.
Nope.
They didn't sign him for that. They signed him on screen. He did a lot of good for the talent there.
Was it?
Teaching classes. But that was basically all he was going to
do. And you got to look at it this way. The way I look at it is why William Regal is also going back to the WWE. His son's there, and his son's now on NXT, the actual NXT, not the UK. So why wouldn't you want to be where your son is so that you can help build him as a next level talent, right? So,
well, and I fully believe he's going to end up taking the spot right next to Sean.
Oh, for sure.
Top person in charge of NXT, and it's going to help NXT because right now NXT is floundering. It is not good. It needs some of what Regal brought to it.
Oh yeah,
Josie, did you see how professional Mr. Pinfall was right there? I asked who you were talking about, and in taking and answering his question, he mentioned the name William Regal on purpose so that I would know who we were talking about. Just a note and just to show you how professional this man is. That's it. That's all. Go ahead.
You're
Sorry.
saying I'm not professional?
No, I'm not at all. I'm just saying he's just pulled a professional move. That's a pro move, is what that
There's
is.
a reason. There's a reason he is Mr. Pinfall, and there's a reason that anytime he is available, we let him on this show. There's not
I know
people that can just pop up and just say, "I'm here." Literally pop in 20 minutes before the show and say, "Hey,
I'm here."
We had him on After Dark one time, and I think those ratings are about as high as they get. I don't know.
There you go. See,
that face just means boom.
It does. It does. It's very. It warms you into the room, like almost like a name McDonald's
coming off that beard.
I know.
You know, the real funny thing is when you get the look, and you look at everybody, and you can say, "I'm Mr. Pinfall" or "I'm Batman." You know.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly the same. Yes, it holds the same resonance.
You got two. I'm Mr. Emerson, and I'm Mr. Pinfall. Look at that. Look, no one's got that. No one's got that.
Will's just running the crickets.
$1 million smile. That's that $1 million smile.
Will's running the crickets. Yep.
But
you're still our chocolate angel, Will. Don't get jealous.
Biracial.
What a beautiful chocolate man.
Will, you will always be the sexual chocolate of the Sports Report.
Thank you.
He's a tall glass of sweet tea.
Thank you.
But no, I think that this signing him going back to WWE was inevitable. I don't think that there's all the drama that everybody likes to put in it, and like these goddamn dirt sheets. And that's a word I really don't drop on this show. Like I drop a lot of F-bombs, but that's how I feel because they take this little nugget of information and they blow it way out of proportion. And don't get me wrong, I read a lot of dirt sheets, but I also, when I'm reading them, take them with about 90% of this could be totally fake until I'm being confirmed by someone like AEW or WWE itself. Because you can't even trust guys like Meltzer or Adams or Alvarez anymore because they're all up AEW's butt.
Fuck Meltzer.
Really quick, before we move on to the NFL, we need to run the breaking news thing. I just got something.
Ooh.
So yeah, I think that's all I got for wrestling tonight. Make sure you check Fight Night tomorrow. We're going to be talking Impact and our wrestlers of the week. And I don't know of a topic this week. I might put someone else on the spot and make them pick a topic. Mr. Morgan.
Okay.
Actually, we had talked about doing themes. No, entrance themes. That's what we're talking about this week.
We did talk about
entrance
that.
Themes.
Yes.
Josie, when's Eric Bischoff coming back?
Hopefully never. Hopefully
Is he still alive?
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Most of those WWE guys die. Like
he's still alive.
He's still
5
alive.
years after they get
out.
Podcast, and he's turning into the new Cornette.
Yeah.
You don't like Jim Cornette at all.
Why would I like someone who's racist? That to me, liking Cornette is like liking Trump.
I'm going to stay out of the politics.
Cornette is wrestling
out of that
Trump.
one, boy.
Cornette is wrestling Trump.
I'm staying out of that one.
The following views are not paid for by my.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The following views are not those of the sports report.
I disagree.
Mike Pence is going to be all over us.
Yep.
And Will, if you can catch this, you can believe it, but Andy's a cuck. So
Did you just say cuck?
yes.
Wow. All right. He wears the horns of a cuckold.
Oh my God. All right, let's go ahead and move into Seven's breaking news real quick. Let's get into the breaking news. All right, what breaking news you got, Josie?
St. Louis Cards announcer Dan McLaughlin was arrested last night and charged with DWI persistent, a felony DWI, according to the press release.
What?
Number 3.
That
means you have to get 3 of them in most states.
And that was St. Louis. That's Missouri. So I mean, Dan would know well.
Either his, I would, yeah. Either his, I've never gotten a DUI, which is surprising, right?
I'm proud of you. That's good.
Yeah. After the third, they're all, or if his BAC was over a certain limit. So like if you're like 3 times the legal limit, that's a felony. Like I think it's like 0.20 or something like that. So like if you're the drunker you are, you can get a felony too. But you said persistent though, so that means he's gotten more than 3 of them. This might be like 3 or 4, which takes a lot of driving drunk.
Which is not, sadly, is not uncommon in Missouri.
Oh God, no. And, one of the most lenient drunk driving states in the United States. And he got a persistent felony.
That's a pastime in Missouri, isn't it?
Absolutely. And and like in those small towns, like probably not in St. Louis, like where he got his, but like in the small towns, some of the drunk guys don't even get pulled over ever because everyone's like, oh yeah, it's just Jim. It's just Jim. He's just drunk and he's driving. And we're like, how does it make it better that it's just Jim?
It's just
like
Jim.
Jim gets so wasted he can't see. Like that's not a good thing.
It's just
But
Jim.
because Jim's never got in an accident.
It's
But
just
don't
Jim,
you worry
Dad.
there,
Damn.
Daryl.
Maybe hate no Jim like that, man.
He just does
Jimmy.
every bit for the week.
Oh,
Maybe hate no Jim like that, man. Jim trying
It's
to make a
just
living
Jim
too,
and a couple
man.
of mailboxes. We'll be all right.
It'd be all right.
Jim's
trying to
just
make a
trying
living
to
too.
wind down after a hard day at the mill.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
Hard day at Walmart.
I'll get Walmart.
Walmart
Gotta go
trailer
home
parks,
to the
baby.
trailer park.
Walmart and trailer
Jim-
parks, baby.
Jim's
Coming
been working over there
soon.
at Kawasaki for about 38 years now. Jim. Yeah.
All right,
Pretty
guys.
much.
Let's go ahead and move into the NFL, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different because I do want to bring in the college football playoff first before we move into the NFL because I know Seven has a lot to say. So let's go ahead and move into the huddle, guys.
Hey, wait, real quick, Will.
Mhm.
Did Seven just stop us in the middle of an actual sports debate and tell us about an announcer from St. Louis? An announcer. What does he work for? Like the local TV station?
Interrupted my pro wrestling segment for an announcement.
Here in a second, guys, I'm going to have some breaking news about Nebraska's AD's son. And their announcer's got his 4th DUI because he's Jim down there in the small town. Sorry, go ahead. I'm actually
right, you
doubting
guys.
Seven's relevancy here.
All right, you
Let's
guys,
go
real
ahead.
quick. Monday Night
Fuck
Football.
you, Dan.
Monday Night Football. 2 minutes
I'm
and
with you,
29
Dan.
seconds left. 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Saints still over the Buccaneers 16-10. But what I did want to get into real quick, this college football playoff seems kind of weird. We have no Alabama. We have no Clemson. This seems, and I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
You guys should have been here about like 20 minutes ago.
I mean-
before the show started. And
I'm happy.
hearing Will.
I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, but it's weird. Does it seem a little weird to you guys that they're not there?
I mean, weird, and yes, thank God, finally.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the best thing about it: to see Nick Saban crying up here trying to tell the media we deserve to be in. No, you don't.
Honestly, we better start getting used to the parity because with the NIL starting, it's going to be there's going to be way more parity, dude. If you have money now, it doesn't. Now recruiting doesn't matter. Now play calls don't matter. It's just how much money that your university can throw at football players. I mean, Nebraska's going to be good again, baby. Here we go, GBR.
Here we go.
There's a lot of money in
here we go.
Old white guy's pocket. I mean, it is Mike Tomlin. We might just pay Mike Tomlin that money to come up to
That's
old Lincoln, bro.
Thing. You ain't getting no Mike Tomlin. That's the first thing.
Steelers are going to fire him, and he's just and here in the waiting arms is Nebraska.
In
the waiting arms. We'll fire Rule right now. If Tomlin gets fired, I would fire Rule right now, and then just like literally, he just got hired. Just remove him and all of his coaches, and we'll just bring in Tomlin.
You ain't getting no Mike.
It's happening.
You ain't getting no Mike Tomlin. But anyway,
Deion went to Colorado too,
and I also want to talk about that. Deion Sanders leaves Jackson State to go to Colorado. Me and Joe was talking about it earlier before the show. I want to get your guys. What do you think about this? Do you think Deion can be successful in Colorado?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course he will.
I think he will be I think Will is going to eat his words.
I'm just questioning what kid want to go to Colorado is all I'm saying. But you guys are telling me it's
Boulder's different, dude. Yeah, Boulder's different. That's a whole nother.
Wait.
I told him, like, going to Boulder is similar to going to UT. Like, Boulder is a city that is built around that college.
Dude, I would say it's more similar to like Oregon and Washington.
Thank you. Right. There's a great reference, Dan. Thank you.
Hold on, Will. I'm going to make sure I understand your question. What talented young black athlete wants to go to the state where weed is completely legal
and play for Deion Prime Sanders?
Really?
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying in that conference, look what you're recruiting against, though.
No, but here's the thing. The money, the resources, the facilities, everything gets better at this level. If you saw, did you see that video where he recorded telling his team that he was getting moved up, and he said you either get fired or you get promoted.
Yeah,
as a head coach,
he
got promoted, and there's some of those kids from Jackson State have already entered the transfer portal with the intention of going to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And when he walked into Colorado, he told a bunch of
he said it on his press conference that he already was scouting, which basically was he's got a handful of kids transferring over from Jackson State. Yeah. He's better for those kids.
Colorado's going to be a ranked team next year.
Here's my question, guys.
This was another thing I said to Will, Seven, and Dan. If you look at Colorado's schedule this year, almost half of their games were against ranked opponents.
Well, they'd be in the Big 12 too, though.
Yeah.
They're in the pack.
Yeah.
Oh, they are in the Pac-12. They're in the Pac. Yeah. Still, either one. It's not the hard one. That's the thing. Like
no, but okay. So they played Utah number 7, Washington number 12,
garbage.
Oregon 15, Oregon State 17. Earlier in the season, they played Ohio, TCU.
TCU.
So they were
Ohio.
Don't get me
wrong. The University of Ohio or Ohio State?
University of Ohio.
State. Oh, okay. I was going to say Ohio State because the University of Ohio is garbage. So I mean, Ohio State, yeah.
I mean, we'll see what they do.
I would say they're in the top 10 next year.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, yeah. Let's pump the brakes.
They'll be ranked, but I'm not saying top 10. No, they'll be 15 to 20.
Here's my question, Will. Deion acted like it was such a ridiculous idea to go to Nebraska and signs with Colorado.
I don't get it either.
They're much less prestigious younger cousin.
I don't get it either.
Like, where you think you can't have success at Nebraska?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get the Colorado thing either. I don't get it.
The thing that Seven said.
But I do understand.
Honestly, I think the location matters.
But I do understand that Colorado had some success. Y'all remember back in the 90s when they were co-champions?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Plus it's
they've
there.
had some success in their history, but
you're gonna get. I mean, the view in Colorado is absolutely stellar, and you can put these kids in an environment where they're going to be accepted. They're going to have a good time. They get to play for Coach Prime. With where they're at, they're less than a day's drive from Vegas. So you know where they're going to be all spring when they're not in class in Vegas. It's a lot. There are some benefits to being in Colorado that he would not have in Lincoln, and it's honestly the surrounding area matters. And I said the weed thing in jest, but just the location in general, it is fucking beautiful there.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, like I told Joe, you can go when you want to sit down, relax, check in a good basketball game, go see my boy Jokic.
Exactly.
And I mean, but at the same time, like then that means that he's mostly going for, and I know this is an actual thing when you're picking a job, he's going for more personal life advantages than he is professionally, because professionally the better choice is definitely Nebraska.
Yes,
absolutely, hands down. There's not even a thing there. Like if he was going to a better program, actually football wise, he should have went to Nebraska. But I understand that the personal life being in a more beautiful area, because it definitely undeniably is. And having more like closer to things, and obviously Boulder's like kind of like a hub for a lot of stuff.
Yes.
It's like Oregon. It's like a lot like Oregon and the West Coast, shit like that. So I get that part, but like obviously he didn't want to have like that much success, or he wanted to move into a Division I program and not have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like it's kind of the perfect spot because the Pac-12 is not real strong. They're really not.
But and also let's be honest here. Let's think about the expectations of the Colorado football program versus the expectation of the Cornhuskers football program.
Yeah.
He has a lot more room to fail as he moves into this new role at a higher level.
Yeah.
My point is,
that's the other thing. That's a great point, Seven. Prime is smart. He is going to set himself up for success. Yeah. And going with Colorado over Nebraska right now is the best step for him. He gets to move up to a now divisionally ranked school to get his feet a little more wet.
He gets to be able to
2-3 years, and then move into the next school role before he is the next Nick Saban.
Well, that's what I'm.
He doesn't want to have a failure. He wants to avoid the failure, so he is going to do it right.
Yeah, he gets a more, try out this play and this fail. Like he gets a more of a crash and burn type system where he can feel out what works and what doesn't, to comparing to a school that's like, okay, hey, look, you need to win
now.
We need to yeah.
Nebraska is a really, really hard situation. Like I understand that. Like, and that's why Rule's probably perfect for it, because that's what Rule did at Baylor. Like when they were in an absolutely fucking dumpster fire situation, he came in. That's why I think it's a smart hire, because of just situationally, we're in more of a Matt Rule situation than we are in a Deion Sanders situation. So I'm fine with it. I'm just saying, but Deion just acted like the Nebraska job was just, he literally scoffed it off. He like scoffed it off.
Almost like below him.
He scoffed it off and then takes Colorado's job. That's my only issue with it. Is like, dude, if you want to scoff at a school in football, I scoff at Colorado. Like that's what
it's.
I'm just gonna get voted again. Is what it is.
Understood. Yeah, I understand that.
Because I mean, think about it this way: if you can make Colorado a competitive team next 3-4 years,
he's gone.
He's gone, and it's going to be to a Ohio State, Michigan, a college football championship level team.
And then in 10 years, I'm saying from now, he's got a college championship ring.
Deion Sanders is from Alabama, correct? Or is he from Florida? He's from Florida.
He's from Florida.
Okay.
And that's why I can see him either. I mean,
he's from Fort Myers.
Florida State?
Florida.
Miami?
From Fort Myers, yeah.
Florida State, University of Miami. That could be his end game.
Florida State is where he's going to go if there's an opening there, for sure. That'd be perfect.
I mean, wasn't there originally an offer from Florida State?
They've offered him, and he turned it down. He's turned down Florida State.
I could understand if he is trying to make sure that he is ready on that level. I could understand saying, no, I don't want to take that job right out the gate and fail.
Well, and also,
I get it.
Florida lowballed him. Florida State lowballed him when they offered him.
He didn't have experience. Now
they don't. Now he goes back to Florida State. You cannot. I mean, anymore. You can't lowball Deion Prime.
Right.
No, Coach Prime. You cannot lowball him anymore. And
all right, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move over to the NFL. I'm gonna let Seven get his diatribe in real quick.
Bring me a 12 game. I'm telling you, I want to say this real quick. You bring me a 12-team playoff, I will get into college football.
It's coming, 2023.
It's absolutely coming, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care. I would rather it be more of a NFL playoff style, but I would be okay with the ranking at this point. Like, I just don't care. I just think it would make it more interesting.
Yeah, you need the 1 seed against the 8 seed or the 12 seed that's going to lose. Like, that's actually the first time that happens, it's going to hook on. The 4-team thing is obviously just so that they can, they don't have to add that many games because you're going to add 3 games to schedules and stuff.
But I don't think you need to add games. Use the bowls as the playoff. There's already so many bowls.
Regardless of who wins the title is going to have to play 2 extra games, regardless at this point.
Regardless.
So that's 2 extra weeks. That's actually like 5 extra weeks of the season because they take pause before they play the national title game, like 3 weeks to a month usually. So it's going to make the season significantly longer unless you cut games off at the end. You don't need those warm-up games, but yeah, you kind of do in college. In college, you do.
Yeah.
You need them in warm-up, yeah.
Yeah, right, you do in college.
All right, let's go ahead and let Seven get into the diatribe about his Chiefs. Uh-oh.
They lose?
Oh my goodness. Saints are up 7. The Bucks up 17-16 with 3 seconds left. Saints choked
Tom fucking Brady.
They choked it. Tom Brady.
Let's go to the NFL. I wanna claim something really quick. So run the NFL thing. Let's
somebody begging against Brady right there?
I already ran it, Seven.
Go ahead, Seven.
Oh, okay, that's right. Sorry. So 4 weeks ago, really quick on Brady. 4 weeks ago, and everybody was like, "Oh no, this is it. It's finally time." I sat on this
and I did.
Dan and I sat on this fucking show and said, "You cannot count out Tom Brady." Guess what? He's last 4 in a row now.
Yep. Goes rolling.
Since I said that, has not lost. So just want to throw that out there. Anyway, okay.
Who's betting against Brady? Sorry.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I still don't think he wins the championship this year.
Well, sorry that his thing is championship or bust. At 43.
Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow invited us into his home and then slapped our mama and fucking kicked us out. It was bullshit. No. Okay.
Joe Burrow is Pat Mahomes' kryptonite.
Joe Burrow is I think that's a valid statement. At this point, we don't have another thing. But here's the truth. I don't know that I can confidently say that Joe Burrow is Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite. Because the problem is, anytime we step up against the Bengals, we don't put a right tackle and a right guard on the line. We put fucking turnstiles and just say, all right, guys. And then you have
turnstiles dressed in long trench coats as midgets.
Raccoons holding turnstiles in trench coats.
Here we go.
And you're going to sit here and don't get me wrong. The Chiefs defense struggled yesterday, but 27 points, not bad. If Kelsey doesn't have that turnover, that's potentially the game difference right there. But we also look at the fact that Orlando Brown could not stop a lady in a wheelchair at this point. This dude wants to be the top paid right tackle in football.
Look at damn, that's a damn shame.
Can't stop a goddamn thing right now.
Looking like a look at
Orlando Brown.
Look at Dan, looking like a special ed kid.
I can't for the life of me justify paying him as much as he wants because he can't perform. Kansas City after the season is going to have to again search for a fucking right tackle and hope to God they come up with a better option than Orlando fucking Brown.
I feel like Len Dawson right now, Tony. Smoking in the
sun. You look like a special ed kid.
I can't because and even the announcers yesterday, Nance and Romo, were calling it out. Got around Orlando Brown again. Orlando Brown didn't step him. Dude was getting Eli Apple didn't have a bad game yesterday. Was Orlando Brown the burnt toast?
Against who though? Yeah. Who was he playing against?
I mean, you're playing up against guys like Trey Hendrickson,
young,
former Saint
athletic guys
that can actually those guys are long and they can also keep up with a lot of. They're good athletes.
They rotate
the
a bunch of
Bengals
guys legitimately.
The Bengals. I will say, as much as it pains me, the Bengals legitimately beat the Chiefs yesterday. But if you have a better person in place of Orlando Brown, Kansas City at least gets that game into overtime, if not a W, even with the Kelsey fumble. Just the presence of a more competent blindside tackle.
But Tony, about Pat Mahomes though, he was doing that stuff yesterday where he rolls out too early.
He did. He literally a couple of times, and he was going the wrong direction. He was going the wrong direction. Like half the time he rolled out, he was going the wrong direction for where he should be going.
He's the worst when he starts doing Pat superhero mode because he can do it. That's the bad thing. He can. It's actually been successful, but
he was having war flashbacks from the Super Bowl.
He can't do it on his terms.
He was having war flashbacks from the Super Bowl yesterday because that fucking line kept getting burned.
Yeah, and
that's why he regressed and was rolling out at the wrong direction at an inappropriate times yesterday. That's why I still maintain if more competent right tackle is in there and it's not Orlando Brown, we are not having the same discussion today.
All right, I did want to go ahead and move into. Go ahead, John.
I've actually got an NFL rant that I want to say. I've avoided the Texans all season because there is not a whole lot that can be said about them this year. They're going to get the number 1 draft pick. That's all that can really be said. And I think they're going to take that kid from Alabama. So,
Bryce.
But on that, Deshaun didn't even beat us yesterday.
Nope.
Deshaun had an absolutely terrible game.
That defense beat you though.
You sick fuck. Sick fuck.
That defense.
They should have put Davis Mills back in.
That defense.
Oh my God! Yes.
That defense beat you.
I like Davis Mills.
That Browns defense beat you yesterday, and the special teams too.
Yep.
It was just it made me so mad. I was working, so I didn't watch most of it. But the game, what I did see at the beginning, they looked okay. They were holding them, and then they just fell apart, and they couldn't do anything. But what I saw is Deshaun. They literally had at one point on the screen a rusty start. Just because how bad he was that whole game, which we all expected.
He was.
I thought it would be our only other win this season.
I mean, you expected him to be rusty.
We couldn't get it done.
I mean, that you expected him to be rusty.
Yeah, I just thought the Texans would take a win off that rust. And the fact
Browns got the massage.
Couldn't get it done.
That defense and special teams effort was no joke yesterday from the Browns.
It just makes me so mad to look at this team and to look back at 2018 and what they were and to think of now. It just made, as a fan, it makes me so mad. And
Kyle Allen,
5, 6, 10 years before we're back to that powerhouse, if we ever.
It's going to take close to a decade. Kyle Allen is one of the reasons why Colin Kaepernick still looks like he should have a shot in the NFL. And Kyle Allen should not be playing in the NFL. Davis Mills is as bad, and I know we joke about Davis Mills, but Davis Mills should have been the one on that field yesterday. Davis Mills at least keeps that game close.
He may have won.
He may have won that game. Like that was legitimately Lovie Smith should legitimately be criticized for that change.
Making it,
or at least not putting Davis Mills in by the third quarter.
I agreed with trying it out the game before, but when it didn't work, you should have been ready to either put Davis in the first quarter or have made the change.
No, second half. It was because it was 7-5 at halftime.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It was 7-5 at halftime.
If they put Davis Mills in halftime, they win that game. Go in at some point.
Yep.
But I also want to talk about a couple of other things very, very quickly before we get out of here for the night. Lamar Jackson.
He's rushing us tonight. He's trying to hit.
Lamar's
got a date.
Lamar Jackson went down with an injury. We lost Jimmy Garoppolo. He's out with injury. Jimmy Garoppolo's out. Jimmy Garoppolo's out for the season.
Out the season?
Which
he's
means
out for the season. Yeah.
My new favorite player that is not a Kansas City Chief in the NFL.
We now
Purdy. We have replaced
like
Davis Mills as our mascot for Brock Purdy. I will be the Brock Purdy fan club spokesperson, or the Purdy mouth, if you will.
Yes.
Will is all on
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
I don't blame you, man. He's coming up.
If Trey Lance wasn't out, this is the perfect spot for him right here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If he was healthy, yeah.
But why Brock Purdy? Just because Purdy's never going to play after this year, or what? Seriously, when is he ever going to get a starting job again?
Honestly, because
Davis Mills, who has a shot still.
Here's the thing: Brock Purdy, his performance yesterday alone, they will, if they don't keep him as a comparable backup to Trey Lance, which is not a bad decision, because clearly he's got some talent and probably going to go farther in the NFL than any Mr. Irrelevant so far in NFL history has. But if you don't keep him as a backup, somebody will take him as a backup next season. And that this is going to be similar to Heineke and PJ Walker and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's going to win an MVP, but he'll be around.
And you have to remember too. You have to remember too. Purdy has a good amount of weapons on that team.
Mm-hmm. He just needs the right coach, and who better to coach up a quarterback than Kyle Shanahan?
You got Debo
outside of Andy Reid.
You got Debo. You got Ayuk. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got George Kittle. You got some good firepower on that team.
He's loaded. He is in the perfect situation. I know I'm one that always says I don't like Ricky starting, but Brock Purdy is in one of the best situations you could be in for a rookie having to come in and start.
Fun fact for you guys: Brock Purdy has a younger brother named Chubba Purdy. His name's Chubba. I swear to God. Plays at Nebraska and is one of the worst quarterbacks in Nebraska history. Fun fact for you. Complete garbage.
Real quick, I did want to talk about Lamar for a second. Went out with an injury yesterday. I haven't gotten an update since.
Week to week.
From what I saw yesterday, it's what, day to day?
Week to week right now. It does not look like he's going to play this week, but possibly next week. It just depends.
Yeah.
Real quick, 2-7, that Browns defense, loaded.
Oh, yeah. Miles Garrett.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Miles Garrett.
Obviously, Miles Garrett. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Koramoah is actually really good. Deion Jones is their fucking middle linebacker. Grant Delpit plays safety. Their two corners are Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome. They're pretty fucking loaded on defense.
Pretty good.
So
here's the thing. Next season, the Browns are going to be a fucking force to be reckoned with, because especially if Deshaun Watson gets that rest out and is actually able to come back to being an elite quarterback that he was before everything went down.
Yep.
That will be a Super Bowl team.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Do you think Lamar hurt himself? By not signing or should I say, I'll say it. Do you hurt himself by not signing the extension with the Ravens?
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially for a guy who's been a little bit injury prone. Another year is never an advantage.
It's not paying off.
Another year is never an advantage.
Like I said last week, right now, and when you look at this, Jalen Hurts is going to win a Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson is. And part of that stems from the performance of both quarterbacks this year. So we are left with the decision that Lamar Jackson failed himself this year.
I saw Jalen Hurts put one on A.J. Brown yesterday. Did you guys see that throw?
Oh, God.
A.J. Brown had a touchdown catch where he just didn't even move his arms. He literally didn't even have to move his hands from like 25 yards away. Hurts put it in on a dime. Jalen Hurts can throw the ball from the pocket like a motherfucker, dude. Like that was his hit coming out of college, is that they thought that he extended plays too much and used his legs too much, which has not been the case. And it was that he couldn't throw from the pocket. He had to extend the play and run outside of the pocket and throw. And I saw a couple throws yesterday from him, and I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like that dude has a pocket style NFL arm. Like that's the biggest difference. I think people didn't understand. So I love Jalen Hurts. I'm not as high as him and Skip Bayless, but not as high as him as Skip Bayless is, but Bayless is a fucking lizard person.
But here's the thing. Bayless is right.
Anybody he likes. It's his lizard blood pumping through his veins. He's like,
yes.
I think it'd be so funny.
He just like is fanatical.
I think it'd be so funny if Undisputed went to Arizona to cover something, and Seven and Skip Bayless met. And
he peeled back the skin.
He just real quick did the whip tongue. He did the whip tongue real quick. And
the whip tongue with the eyes.
Yeah. He was like changed real quick, and
what? And he's like,
he blinked.
I know you know, and just walks away.
Yeah. Or he kills you, or you just don't come back from that wherever.
That would be hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
I think Skip Bayless might be trying to take Jalen Hurts and breed with his species so that they can make a perfect hybrid to live on the planet. So that's why he's here.
That would be hilarious, man. Skip is 7 meat. Oh my gosh, that would be funny as crap, man.
Just real quick. 7 seasons, he can't live.
As much as I joke about Skip Bayless and don't like him, he's the godfather of the sports talk the sports talk and debate format. Any chance I get to meet him, I'm not going to say a goddamn thing. I'm just going to listen.
Right.
I'm just going to listen. I'm not even going to tell him my fucking name. I'm going to say hi, and then I'm just going to look at him. And I'm going to wait for him to start teaching me.
Then you just give him a card with our show and tell him to watch.
Yeah, you don't think that you don't think the lizard people knew that he was going to start the biggest sports friend, the sports hosting shows of all time, so they could have influence. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He slowly just brain fries us the whole time that he's on TV just to get us ready for their species to come out.
That was his plan.
He's got the frame rate on the camera is timed with his eye shutter so that we don't see it.
Dang.
Yes. Yep. Well, the aliens figured out how to do that too. Obviously, I mean, he's a lizard person.
All right, everyone. That's
he knows.
That's all I have for tonight, guys. Anybody got anything else before we roll out for tonight?
We're all silent.
There was. Hold on.
All hail the lizard people.
I have a dick of the week.
All hail the lizard people.
Hey, here on the Sports Report, we're a fan of the lizard people, and we would like you to introduce us to your plans.
Baker got released today.
Yeah, Baker released. Did they actually release him?
Yeah, he's gone. It was a mutual release, and now he went back to OU to try to get some eligibility there.
Oh, you don't want him.
It's some eligibility. He's got 7th-year eligibility. The 28-year-old triple senior.
Unlike Vince Young.
Like
Vince Young.
He's gonna move into the same fraternity house.
He's trying to get some eligibility left, boy.
There are some people that are putting him in San Francisco.
Yes.
I mean,
and also in Houston.
Oh God!
I also know that Trevor Lawrence went down yesterday, so I'm hearing Jacksonville is a possibility too.
Sunshine.
I think Trevor Lawrence is. I think they got a good prognosis out of Trevor Lawrence today, from what I understand. So I don't know that they're going to be looking as hot and heavy as some other teams.
Baker to Houston, please no.
You guys have won one game.
I don't care. I don't want him.
You get to take what you get.
I don't care.
You have Kyle Allen as your starting quarterback.
You'll take it and like it and put the lotion on its skin.
Put the lotion on its skin.
It puts the football jersey on its skin, or it gets the L again.
I would rather lose the rest of the games than see Baker Mayfield in a
Josie over Kyle Allen, for the love of God.
Yeah, no.
The guy with two first names.
Here's the thing: Houston fans have suffered enough.
He's never going to be a starter, dude.
Man,
if y'all are saying that,
in.
it must be true.
He's never going to be the starter.
No.
A starter at all. Because his name's Kyle Allen. Like,
well,
Kyle Allen.
He's already blessed to be. He's already blessed to be a backup.
To the point where he's not going to be a starter much. He's about to start riding that pine pony as a backup.
For sure.
Who?
For
Kyle
sure.
Allen?
Baker.
He should already. Baker. Yes, Baker will.
Baker's like the classic example of that guy who thinks he's way more athletic than he actually is,
Yes.
and does things that would actually be for the better athlete that he believes that he is.
And I think
it doesn't end up working out.
And I think it's funny he asked for his release right when Jimmy G goes down. I think
Baker Mayfield,
like he's fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is what you get when you try to buy Ryan Fitzpatrick from Wish.
on
Dang.
I was gonna say like when you try and buy like Rich Gannon on Wish, but yeah, like kind of the same thing, dude.
I also did want to say, damn it, USA.
World Cup, man, tough loss. And here's the thing. This is where I expected the U.S. to lose, was against the Netherlands. That Dutch squad is fucking talented.
They're going all the way.
You guys at least have a chance. Look, Canada gets put in FIFA, and then we're get told, "Oh yeah, you're not going to win. So here's $10 million American, so you can get better."
There you go.
Wow, $10 million. That's not even that much. How are they supposed to improve with that? That might pay one of our payers' salaries for like 2 months.
Yep.
That Dutch squad is just ridiculous. They are going to go deep into the World Cup tournament. The U.S. needs to boost their strikers. They need some more talented guys.
Yeah, they had way too many shots on goal for only 1 point.
Right, and when you look at some of the talent that they had and how few goals they had in the group play, I had a feeling that's why I believe, because you will not win a low scoring game against the Netherlands because they will score more points than you.
Yeah.
You have to turn that shit into a shootout. Just I don't give a fuck. Shoot the ball. Let's go. Give it back. I'm going to run it down there and I'm going to do the same. We're going to see 26-25 score, but that's how you beat the Netherlands. You got to wear them out running because that's all you can do.
Real quick,
what do you guys think will be the final 4 teams?
I'm thinking Netherlands. Did UK make it?
No. Yeah, England's in. Hold on.
England's in. Yeah.
I love how like 4 of us do not have the credentials at all to talk about soccer, and we're still trying to do it.
It's like. Yeah, and England beat Senegal, so they knocked out. They knocked out Senegal. England's going to the 8. Netherlands obviously beat the U.S. Argentina beat Australia. France beat Poland again. Brazil beat South Korea. And
Poland's had some bad luck, haven't they?
Croatia beat Japan on. That was today. Croatia beat Japan on penalty kicks. I would say we're probably going to see Brazil, the Netherlands, England, and France in the 4. I think
that would have been my exact.
I like Argentina, and obviously soccer is something that's a very cultural thing for them. Yeah. But their team does not have the defense. Yeah, they don't have the depth of the defense to run deep. And so, that's where I'm going.
Gene, I could argue that a sport that regularly ends 0-0 is not a sport, because almost every other game, sport, anything has some type of scoring, at least some type, right? And so a game that ends 0-0, shouldn't that just be like removed from all of the memory? Like, so you don't ever draw like that game never happened because nobody ever scored. So if something ends 0-0, is it even?
We just watched 90 minutes of a bunch of guys doing cardio. That's what we got to watch.
That's what it is.
I'll put it to you this way. There's years ago, I watched a soccer game because I'll be honest with you, I only had like 3 channels. And, and this is during the time back in high school. So, anyways, it's on CBC, and I think they were covering some FIFA and watching a game. I can't tell you the 2 teams, but anyways, during the first half of the game, one guy goes in to try to go for the ball, but pretends to, not really legit, but pretends to trip the other guy. Buddy jumps, does a whole flip, makes himself look like, my leg's broken. They stretch him out. The other guy gets red carded, gets kicked out of the game, and no more than the next half do you see the guy who supposedly got stretchered out and broken leg looking like, he's just the cock of the walk, wants back in. And
not even a limp. Not even a limp. Hey, no, seriously, those guys showed the NBA guys how to do it though. Like for real. Because if you can play the referees the entire game, like that's what LeBron does. Like that's why I love people are like, LeBron's such a pussy, dude. I'm like, no, he's not actually getting hurt on those guys. He's playing the referees because he knows later in the game he's gonna get a fucking call because of that. And he's the dumb one for flopping. Oh, really? Because he's gonna get a call at the end of the game for that. That's what soccer dudes do the whole time, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's the same reason.
They make it impossible for the ref not to call something. Like they're just doing it. They're playing their minds. That's it. And like it's fucking awesome. Like that's been going on for fucking years in soccer, dude. Like it's awesome. But like 0-0 though. I don't know if I count that. Because what actually happened? Like nobody actually made any progress either way. Like at least going negative.
0-0. It was a tie game. Both teams put in a tremendous effort. You didn't have to worry about hearing the Mexican team go
0-0,
right? Go!
You're literally
20 hours.
You're talking 0-0 games with a hockey fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love how the clock never stops. Well, hockey isn't usually 0-0 though. Like there's a lot of 0-0 soccer games, dude. Like hockey's not usually 0-0. And then when it does, they settle it.
Yeah.
Right? They settle it. So somebody ends up scoring. That's what I don't understand. Like somebody has to make some movement in one direction.
With soccer, here's the thing. If the ending of the game is actually going to matter, they will kick penalty kicks. But if who wins and who loses doesn't impact anything, then why are you going to risk injury by playing more than 90 minutes?
I understand that, but still, 0-0. Somebody's got to make. I think that you should just do penalty kicks on games that don't matter.
I think how it works in that case is, like, for example, if you're getting like 2 points in like your bracket or whatever, so if it goes 0-0, then they divide the 2 points. So
because they have the points as well. Okay, I didn't think about it that way. See, Gene coming up with genius stuff.
So that's for the group play. That's the way it worked. Now that they're in knockout rounds and each game is an elimination, they will break ties with
it.
Right. Yeah, they will go PK.
Mm-hmm. I'm just questioning the most famous sport in the world, and it's because I know. Stupid.
All right, guys. All right, guys. If there's nothing else, I want to thank everybody for being here with us tonight. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, right here on the Sports Report Podcast.
Go Bengals.
For Mr. Pinfall, for Josie, for Seven, for Dan, and for myself. Thank you for being here, guys.
And Erica.
And Erica. I've got Erica in the back.
Thank you, Erica, for whatever you did in the background. She came in for like 5 seconds and talked shit. That's what she did in the background.
That's her job.
Damn, was gone. That was it. That was it.
That's her job.
That is a good producer. That's what they do.
Yep.
Yes,
I agree. I agree. All right,
that's
guys,
why I'm not a good producer, because I don't know how to stop talking. She's great.
A good producer would be running we'll be running the end credits right now, I think. That's what the end credit would be doing. It's a good producer.
Guys, we're out of here. We'll see you again next week right here on the Sports Report. We'll see you next week. Everyone have a great week. Take care.
Not kidding, Erica.
You're such an ass.
Completely serious.
Why are you always such a dick?
The music, if somebody is producing, the music would be playing right now too. And I'd be muted. I'd be muted.
Low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day.